Most people know someone who carries more than they let on. Someone who seems steady, responsible, composed to everyone around them. But inside, they're constantly managing a quiet tension they've never really been taught how to release. Maybe it's the friend who suddenly goes quiet halfway through a conversation. They're listening, but you could tell they're not fully there anymore. Their eyes soften, their responses shrink, the energy pulls back, not because they're disinterested, but because something inside of them has hit capacity. Or it might be someone who reacts sharply to something very small. A comment, a question, a simple misunderstanding. Their tone shifts before they have time to catch it. Their face tightens for a moment, then they regret almost immediately because they didn't mean it the way it sounded. People witness these moments all the time, but rarely understand what's actually happening in the body beneath these signs. They think the person is being sensitive, distant, cold, short, or emotional. But the truth is deeper, quieter, and far more human. Shutting down or snapping is not a personality flaw. It's a sign of overwhelmed systems. Someone who's been carrying a heavy mental load, emotional load, sensory load, or stress load for longer than their body can manage it. They eventually stop responding the way they want to. Their reaction becomes survival responses, not conscious choices. And the craziest part is this. Most people who snap or shut down don't even realize they're overloaded. It has become their normal. You don't shut down or snap because the situation is too big. You shut down or snap because your system is already full. A shutdown is a nervous system hitting the brakes. A snap is the nervous system hitting the gas. Two opposite reactions. One internal cause. When someone is carrying too much for too long, their system stops asking for permission and starts protecting them automatically. This is not personality. This is not physiology. Think about the person who withdraws before they realize they're withdrawing. They don't announce it. They don't make a scene. They simply fade out. Their voice gets quieter. The answers get shorter. The shoulders come forward. Their breathing gets shallow. Their eyes avoid too much contact because eye contact feels like effort. It looks like disinterest from the outside. On the inside, it's survival. Shutdown happens when the system is overwhelmed by input it can't process fast enough. And it doesn't matter what the input is. It can be emotional tension. It can be too many responsibilities. It can be someone speaking quickly. It could be multiple demands hitting at once. It could even be a tone of voice. This is the part people misunderstand. Shutdown is not a retreat. Shutdown is a protective collapse. Let's take a deeper look into someone living that life pattern. Here's a scenario. The responsible one. There's always that one person who handles everything. They're dependable, consistent, and capable. Most people lean on them. But inside, they're managing far more than anyone ever knows. The mental load, the emotional load, the pressure to hold it all together, the expectation to always respond calmly. the constant monitoring of everyone else's needs, all that takes capacity. And capacity is not endless. One day something small happens, a question, a request, a shift in plans, something another person would just brush off. But for the overloaded system, it becomes the final drop in a bucket that has been full for months. Their body shuts the door and goes still. Not by choice, by survival. This is why people say, I don't know why I shut down. Nothing happened. Or, I felt fine. And then suddenly, I didn't. Because shutdown is not a reaction to the moment. It's a release of everything that came before it. Here's another scenario. The quiet drifter. The person who seems to drift emotionally during conversations. They look present, but they're not fully inside themselves. Their system is trying to conserve energy. Thinking feels heavy. Responding feels like work. Processing feels impossible. So they retreat to the only safe place they have left. Silence. Shutdown is the nervous system saying, I need time. I need space. I need less. Now think about the person who reacts quickly. Their tone shifts, or maybe patience drops. Their body tightens, or their voice sharpens before it can soften. Snapping is often misunderstood as anger or bad tempers, but in many cases, it's neither. Snapping is the nervous system trying to create control when it feels like it has none. Let's go deeper. Here's another scenario. The person who carries everything alone. Some people move through life on high alert without knowing it. They think they're just focused or busy or being responsible. But inside their body is bracing. Bracing for pressure. Bracing for expectations. Bracing for disappointment. Bracing for being needed. When you live in a bracing state, the smallest disruption can feel like a big threat. No one asks a question at the wrong moment. Someone needs something when you're already stressed. Someone misinterprets your tone. Someone adds one more thing to your plate. Your body doesn't evaluate, it reacts. Snapping is the system way of saying, I need room. I'm not getting any. Here's another scenario. The person who hides their stress well. Some of the most well-liked, well-controlled people snap in private. Not because they're unstable, but because they use all of their capacity keeping it together for everyone else. They hold the pressure at work. They hold the pressure in relationships. They hold the pressure in silence. They appear calm until something tiny hits the wrong place, and they explode inward or outward. This is the body's emergency strategy. It's not rational, it's reactive. It's fast, it's pure physiology. The system is overwhelmed and releases energy before it collapses. A truth people never hear. Snapping is not about the moment. It's about the exhaustion behind the moment. Here's where everything comes together. Shutdown and snapping feel opposite, but they come from the same biological cause. Your nervous system only has a few ways to protect you when overload comes. It can freeze and shut down. It can fire up and snap. Or if you're regulated, it can respond. But regulation requires space. And when life has been running at you full speed for way too long, space disappears. Think of capacity like a battery, not emotional energy, actual physiological capacity. When the battery gets low, the system goes into survival mode. Shutdown conserves energy. Snapping releases energy. Both protect the person from burning out. Here's why this happens. High sensory load, high emotional load, high responsibility load, high mental load, too much input, too many decisions, too much pressure, too little recovery, too little self-connection, too little rhythm, too much noise, too much speed, too much tension, too little breath, and too much holding. No one teaches people that these loads matter, but the body keeps track. And when it reaches capacity, it forces a response. Either shut down or snap. This is the third pattern that almost no one experiences, at least not consistently. It's called the reset pattern. A reset pattern happens when your nervous system finally gets enough space to stop reacting and start regulating. You feel it in your body first. Your breath deepens, your shoulders loosen, your thoughts slow down, your voice softens, your presence returns. Your reactions become optional, not automatic. This is what it feels like when the system is no longer overloaded. Reset does not happen because you force it. It happens because you create rhythm. Let's break down the whole life 180 reset pattern in a way that anyone could use. Step 1, slow exhale breathing. Most people breathe like they're in danger, even when they're safe. Short, shallow, and high in the chest. This tells your nervous system to stay on alert, to keep bracing, to stay ready to shut down or snap. A slow exhale flips the signal. It tells the body, you're okay. You can drop the tension. Do it for 1 minute. Not perfectly, just slower than your inhale. Your system will begin to shift. Step 2, shoulder drop release. Most of the emotional load people carry lives in their shoulders. Responsibility, pressure, expectations, fear of failure, fear of disappointing others. When you drop your shoulders intentionally, you release the physical posture of stress. Do it on the exhale. Let the body soften. Do not force it. Just let gravity do its job. Step 3, reset intention anchor. Shutdown happens when attention collapses inward. Snapping happens when attention shoots outward. The reset anchor brings attention back to the center. Choose one physical sensation. Your breath, your feet on the floor, your hands on your legs. Just feel one thing, not everything. This reduces stimulation instantly and gives the system space. Step 4, pacing the breath rhythm. Breathing isn't just an action. It's a rhythm. And when the rhythm slows, the system slows. When the rhythm steadies, the system steadies. Breath pacing creates the internal regulation most people have never been able to get to. 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. Not perfect, just steady. This is the foundation of stability. Most people go through life thinking reactions define them. They think shutting down means they're distant. They think snapping means they're angry. They think both means something is wrong with them. But these reactions reveal something different. Your body is overwhelmed, not you. Once someone understands this, everything changes. They stop attacking themselves, stop suppressing emotions. They stop apologizing for being too much or too reactive. They start listening to their body, start giving themselves space. They start creating rhythm inside of chaos. Start living from clarity inside of survival. This is when transformation begins. Imagine moving through your day with presence instead of pressure, or being able to stay grounded when life gets unpredictable. Imagine your reactions feeling measured, controlled, and intentional. Conversations that used to drain you now feel manageable. Imagine having the capacity to hold challenges without shutting down or even snapping. Imagine relationships getting easier because you're not reacting from overload. Imagine feeling like yourself again. This is the 180 state: a regulated system, a steady mind, a calm body, a clear presence. This is what happens when you repair your rhythm. Don't fix shutdown or snapping by forcing yourself to stay calm. Fix it by repairing the rhythm underneath your reactions. If you want the next step, the daily reset rhythm is in the description below. It will help your system breathe again consistently without a ton of effort. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, and I'll see you on the next one.